But we don't show prep, so so he had no idea.
I just barely make it in.
I'm sure you can tell, but we don't show prep.
I mean, let's put the cards down on the table here.
Illustrious. Styles.
Miami Hurricanes, yeah. You know the name already. It's Mercy, ha ha. It's a 6-rig Kane show. Can't forget the name though. Got Jazz, Blue, Vision, DJ, break the game code. Ain't no changing them, ain't no breaking them. Real Portland live from the Hard Rock Stadium. Ball 14 for the orange and green. We see the 6-rig champs. It's more than a dream. This is life on the field. Beyond 100 yards, a hurricane that's never still put a damage to your squad. The 6-rig Kane show. The 6-rig Kane show. The 6 Rings Kane show. You know.
What's wrong with us? Seriously.
What's wrong with us? We're Miami Hurricanes fans.
Welcome to the 6 Rings Kane Show, a show dedicated to Miami Hurricane sports, featuring the legendary Larry Bluestein, Jazz Santana, Vish, and Danny Gillette. Let's go Canes.
Oh, he made it. There he is. There he is. Buenas noches, everybody, and a happy Thanksgiving to all the Canes fans out there. Hope you all enjoyed spending time with the family and eating way too damn much. But to be honest with you, man, we got a loaded, as my good friend Mark Hockman would say, Blue. We got a loaded potato today, my friend.
Yeah, we did.
So it's we keep getting news coming in left and right. Obviously, the transfer portal it waits for no one. All right, that waits for no one. As officially, the transfer portal opens up December 4th, if I'm not mistaken. These kids are wasting no time and going ahead and testing the waters already, getting it out there that they will be entering December 4th. A lot of news surrounding the Canes and obviously some other players that Miami may be looking at as well. So we got a lot of that, which obviously ties into recruiting. We got bowl season. Where does Miami end up after their win? By the way, they won convincingly. They did a great job against Boston College, and obviously, so they ended up 7-5 on the season. So we've got a lot of things to cover today, but especially we've got a special guest coming on also. Should be here soon, and we're really excited to have on Miami commit quarterback. I believe 2025 quarterback commit Luke Nicholls coming on the show with us for a few minutes. So we're pretty excited to have him on, to talk a little Kings football and the future of the quarterback room for the Hurricanes, which is obviously
what quarterback room, dude?
The biggest topic of conversation right now, right? The biggest news out of Miami, out of Coral Gables right now is Tyler Van Dyke did apparently just announced that he is entering the transfer portal. So, which is not something that we were too surprised at, but the biggest question mark is, okay, well, he's entering the transfer portal, so clearly he's not going to play in the bowl game. So now it's Jakari Brown or either myself, Vish, Larry, or DJ. So yeah, it's basically what Miami has behind Jakari Brown. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see if Jakari sticks around, if he decides to test the waters as well before the bowl game. So we got a lot to cover. But
let's hope Tulane wins so we can get that SMU Miami game. And
That's another one. Yep, that's another. And that game may
Well,
have more implications than just one. Also,
that seems like that's going to be the deal. Miami will. I just got out the phone. If Tulane wins, then we get SMU in the Military Bowl. If
Nice.
they lose, we get Memphis.
Okay. All right. Memphis Tigers. Nice. Well,
Wait, we'll talk later.
yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. We've got our special guest backstage coming on, so go ahead and bring him in. There he is. Miami commit quarterback Luke Nicholls joins us on the show. What's up, Luke, man? Thank you for joining us on the program. Appreciate it.
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
We thank you for I'm on a show here. Unbelievable. This is what happens when you're moving, and you got a whole bunch of things going on around your house. Anyways, Luke, man, we're excited for you to come on. I know there's a lot of things going on right now. Obviously a big win for the Hurricanes this past weekend. Actually, it was on Friday. And moving along this quarterback room, it's going to be exciting to have some of the young guys like yourself and some others coming in to join the team. What are you most excited about when it comes to being a Miami Hurricane? What is it that kind of made you pull the trigger and be a part of the Canes family?
Yeah, I think it was just my relationship with the coaching staff. I think I built a really great relationship with Coach Cristobal and Coach Dawson, and even some of the players. And I think I really just want to be around that of my years in college, that culture that they have, and I'm just excited to be there.
Blue, what do you got for Luke?
Well, first of all, welcome in and congratulations. You guys won like 8 in a row. That's pretty neat. That was an exciting game. I got a chance to see it. Now you got Grayson, which is kind of a different level. But talk about your season. I mean, I saw you in your first game against Western down here in South Florida, and you went on. I know that North Cobb beat you, I think, like 8-9 weeks ago. But talk about the season, because it looks like you guys got a pretty good shot.
For sure. I thought it's been a really good season so far. I mean, we started off, losing to Western down in Florida. A couple weeks later, lost to North Cobb. But ever since then, we've really stepped up our game, came together as a team, and just really focused on our goal was first region championship, then following it with a state championship. So, and we're one game away now to make it to the state. So I'm just looking forward to battling out there with my guys, and then, looking forward to it.
Right. I guess that everybody wants to know, can you skip a year and be in next year? But I know that'll be kind of tough. How you've got to be really excited about the future. I mean, you got obviously a lot of kids come back on your team next year. You had a lot of young guys, and then you look at Miami and you look at the job that they did this year, a lot of young guys, a lot of injuries, and still finishing 7-5 and having a chance to go to a bowl game. In your area, obviously, people talking Georgia, people talking Georgia Tech, and a lot of other programs. What do you think about the year that Miami's had? Because I know you've watched it. I mean, and I know that the one thing, too, that all of us and a lot of other people, and I always get questions because I talk to the kids a lot, but the one thing that the guys in the room always ask me is, hey, Miami lost. Is that going to affect the decision? Talk about that, because I think that's you're the guy. You're a recruit, and what is it? Are you one of those guys that came in here and said, listen, I don't care what happens, I want to be a part of this program? Or do you look at every game and say, well, wait a minute?
Yeah, I feel like just with me, I trust in the coaching staff and the whole U family. But again, like, just the way I feel like there's been a ton of progress so far already, and they're only going to progress as the years go on. And by the time I get there, and just the way we've been building, I think it's going to be a really good show we got. And I'm just looking forward to, the guys we're bringing in and the guys we're going to keep bringing in. So it's just going to be an exciting time.
Good, Vish.
Yeah, can you talk about Coach Dotson, kind of what it was like, kind of meeting him? And I know you mentioned your relationship with the coach is really important, and in terms of why you chose to come in, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I met him on my visit in July, like at the end of July, on like a cookout, and he's a pretty funny guy. That's what I first took, and I just really built a really good relationship with him. A lot of trust. I feel like his demeanor is perfect for me, the way I play out there, and I just really liked him and Coach Cristobal, and I think that's why I pulled the trigger so early.
Hey, Luke, I got a question for you. Being that you're in the 2025 class, you've got, you still got some games to play in high school, but a lot of these guys in the 2024 class and 25, start to get together and get to know each other and talk on the phone. Do they have the, their group chats and all that? Have you been able to do that with a lot of the commits now that are going to Miami either next year or in 25 as well?
Yeah, for sure. We talk all the time. I mean, we're really trying to get this class the best we can, and work and get this thing going. It's really going to be a really good class, and I think it's really something to look forward to. And we're just bringing to Miami, and I'm just really looking forward to where this ends up.
DJ.
Hey, Luke, thanks for coming on. Obviously right now you're in the middle of a deep playoff run. Do you think that the playoff experience that you're getting will that help you prepare for the next level of football at Miami? And what lessons are you kind of taking away from this experience that you're currently on?
Yeah, for sure. I started last year too, so I feel like having that ability to start as a sophomore and just progress from year one to year two, and even make it to the Final Four last year, just to have that experience. I think moving forward is going to keep progressing and just keep learning as I go. And then while I get to Miami, just keep working, learn the offense, get to work, and just have fun.
That's all.
You have 34 touchdowns this year, which is pretty damn good. I mean, in any book, and
not bad.
Yeah, and you guys have, you're learning a lot about, working with the team, and like you said, you're a 2-year starter already. What do you do during the off season to try to get you to that next level? Do you think you have to work on? Obviously, you're going to mature. You're going to get bigger. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get wiser. Are you a film guy? Do you maybe on like a Saturday morning or a Sunday evening go in your room and kind of spin some film and watch some film of yourself? What are you highly critical of yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty highly critical of myself. I feel like my dad is too, and that's about it, because it keeps me honest and lets me know what I have to work on and what I have to get better at. But I think in the off season, the biggest thing for me was the mental side of the game and really understanding certain coverages and where to go with the ball, and really just progressing with that, and 7-on-7 helped me a lot. And I think doing that again this year is just gonna, keep elevating my game.
Who do you play 7-on-7 with?
These past 2 years, I've played with Cam Newton.
Oh, nice.
And
good experience. They travel a lot of places.
Yeah, for sure. And then this year, to see which team I'll be playing for.
Nice.
Very cool. Vish, you got anything else for Luke? We don't want to keep you on too long here, man. We appreciate your time. I know you still got, I don't know, maybe you got homework to do or something. And we're over here talking about football, man. It's all good. It's all good.
How are your grades? You doing pretty good in the classroom? Are you one of those guys that it comes easier to you, or you got to kind of put in some extra work?
I think it comes pretty easy to me. I usually get pretty good grades, all A's and B's. So I get pretty good grades, and I think it comes pretty easy.
Right. You get a chance, obviously, this next year. The recruiting is going to pick up a lot more, and the deeper you go, a lot of people are going to try to pry you away, and obviously that's part of the deal. A lot of other colleges have to be watching you, because pretty soon they'll be able to come to some of your playoff games. Do you ever talk to anybody else, or do you ever see a lot of the coaches? Because obviously you're one of the top 20, 25 kids in the country, so obviously you'd be getting a lot. Do you see a lot of other colleges come to your practices or any of the games?
Yeah, there's definitely a good amount of schools out there that still talk to me a little bit, but again, my focus is on Miami.
Nice.
I'm just looking forward to building that with them and building the class that I want to be there with, and just building that team and, building my relationship with the coaching staff.
You can't say that loud enough. I can tell you that. A lot of the fans out there are always asking, and I think that's admirable that you do that, because you're sticking right with the first decision. I think that it's a great, like you said, your relationship with the coaches, and people don't realize that's a special bond. When you get along with your coaching staff, and if you're going to be here for 3-4 years, I mean, that's important. And I commend you on that, because, I travel a lot and see a lot of the kids, and sometimes they're kind of wishy-washy, saying, oh, well, we'll see. I'm going to keep my avenues open. But I'm glad you made your commitment, and a lot of the Hurricane fans listening tonight, I know they're jumping for joy right now.
I think they've got to be excited also, Luke, because you're quarterback, right? You're a lot of people consider the most important position in all of sports, period. So now you got an opportunity to talk to some of these skill position players, the offensive linemen that are that are going to be protecting you. And I think it's great to be able to to kind of put together that bond and with some of those guys that are going to come in, that you're going to be handing the ball off to and throwing it to. So we're really excited to have you part of the family. We really are. And what's great about it also, you don't have to wear that sweater too much down here either, man. I see you indoors wearing the sweater, you know what I mean? Not here, man. Not here. We've got 80, it was like 82 degrees today here. It's unbelievable.
30 here today.
The cold front's coming through, Jazz.
Yeah,
50s tomorrow.
So Luke, the cold front's coming through. It'll be 60 degrees here. Okay,
That's thing.
Man, that is it's bundle up time.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, best of luck this week. Grayson's always a tough challenge, but Colquitt was too. They were undefeated, and you handed in their first loss. Luke, thanks so much for taking the time with us, because it was a lot of fun. We get a lot of fans listening, and I think you made a lot of people's night tonight, getting an opportunity to listen to what you have to say.
Appreciate it, Luke.
Thank you, Luke.
All right, man. Have a good night. Good luck. What a nice kid, man. Really
yeah,
nice.
Well,
yeah. Can we
how many fans are all excited now? I mean, because I'll tell you.
Game, right, Mitch?
I know, man. We might have to suit him up.
Yeah, we need him out there. Now.
Just put on that number 47 oversized jersey we keep putting on the punt returner and send us outside at quarterback.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Anyways, thanks Luke Nicholls for joining us there real quick. We can't wait to see him down here either, man. For real. I think that with it's a perfect segue into what's going on in the transfer portal. The biggest name so far. I think the biggest name you're gonna get is Tyler Van Dyke entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't think any surprise. There's 4 kids so far. I don't think any of them are really big surprises.
No, not at all. You got like you mentioned, 4 kids. You got Tyler Van Dyke, Don Chaney, Corey Flagg. I'm sorry, Blue.
I know, I'm hurt.
I know. I can imagine when he said it. I said, "Oh no, Blue," and Jafari Harvey as well. Yeah. But look, Jafari Harvey, maybe some may say he underperformed here in his 4 years. In the program, you got Corey Flagg, who probably overachieved, but he also developed into a pretty damn good linebacker. So I'm thinking tight ends for you, DJ. Linebacker, and he's got an opportunity to go and start somewhere, get some more tape, potentially be an NFL linebacker. In some capacity.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for him. I wish him nothing but the best for all of them. Really.
Good guy. Yeah. No, you're right. And DJ, I was thinking about you when Miami targeted the tight ends 8 times in that game.
I know. You thought it was the end of the season.
I gotta say, our tight end play. I know Dotson gets criticized a lot for not using them. I kind of saw why last. I mean, it's right. Rough. Arroyo never looks like he overcame his injury.
Yeah.
I mean, McCormick's basically an offensive lineman. It's tough, and Riley Williams is young. He's learning. So, as much as we want to rip Dawson White using the tight ends, I mean, he tried to.
Yeah, he did this last game.
Wasn't effective. I just don't think that. I think if Arroyo had been healthy through camp and
Yeah.
could have been a weapon there,
Might have
but
been a better
but
story.
without he clearly was like not at game speed. I feel like every time we played him this year, he got hurt again. Obviously, in the middle of the season when he finally got him in there, it's been tough for him.
There, hold on. Good morning, gents. There he is, Martin.
Oh, there's that man from Botswana, I believe.
All the way from Botswana. What's going on?
We are international.
I remember telling Daryl Street of Caneville that the loss to Jay Garcia, now replacing him, was something Murphy's Law. Now we are in a quarterback pick. Look,
and we talked about this during the year too, Jazz. It wasn't, with the whole like why is TVD still playing? It's because we don't have a real, it's either that or a project true freshman, and it's the Garcia gap that's now hitting us again.
The Garcia gap, I like
the Garcia gap. There you go. And the, hopefully Jakari sticks around because
I know.
Otherwise, then yes, this will be the case.
Yeah,
if he hits the ball. By the way, while we were interviewing Luke Nicholls, TVD officially released his statement saying it was
so
before it was just reports. So
what about Tua's brother coming to Miami?
Well, he had a pretty good year at Maryland. Did he enter the transfer portal?
Somebody just sent me a graphic with his name on it with 305.
Hey, that'd be interesting, right?
I don't think he's leaving Maryland though. He's their all-time passing leader, so
isn't that crazy?
He's better than he passed Boomer Esiason. Come on.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
They didn't throw back in Boomer's day very much, but
hey, man,
I think
they did it with Josh Gaddis as their offensive coordinator.
I know.
That's probably why he's running down here.
I would assume if he's actually entering the portal that we'd certainly be an option given his.
I don't see he's their starter. I don't see why he would enter the portal
because Maryland sucks at football.
Hey, you know what? Because he can spend some time with his brother and.
There's
move and that would be. I'll tell you what though, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
There's a pecking order with this stuff. Like Miami's Miami. That's why.
Yeah.
Like if he gets interest, not just Miami. If he gets interest from other big time programs,
sure.
Like Maryland's a basketball school. It's different.
Look, listen. There's going to be a lot of movement within the next 10 days. I fully expect Miami to make some noise in the transfer.
Well, they need two quarterbacks at least.
Yeah.
In the portal.
It's going to be interesting to see
at least two.
What about Don Chaney? Now, it's sad to see Don Chaney go because, I know that y'all remember me on record saying that I think he was the best back that Miami had. He's the best running back if healthy. If healthy, he could be the best running back. Now, he still showed us that health is a big concern for Don Chaney, right? It was 2 plays and he screwed up a knee again, or it's 2 plays and his back gave out a little bit, or it's 2 plays and it's 2 explosive plays, or he rushes for 100 yards in a game, and then the next game he doesn't see the field, and it's too much inconsistency from an injury perspective, and that's why it's sad to see him leave because the kid's an NFL back, and wherever he goes, if he stays healthy, he's going to be an NFL guy. So he's going to start anywhere he goes. He's that talented. He's a great running back. But the injuries are what really slowed him down, and sometimes you need a fresh start. So I think that's the thing with Don Chaney at running back. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think that, look, we're in good hands. We're in good shape, We're in good shape at running back with the guys we have coming in, the guys that are coming back right now. I don't know if I see Parrish leaving, to be honest with you. Obviously, Mark Fletcher's here. And you've got some other guys that could really,
you still have AJ Allen as well. Obviously,
Citizen
still hasn't played yet.
Either.
Chris Johnson's there. You got some high profile
Kevin
Riley coming in. So I wouldn't be surprised if more leave. Like there's not going to be that many especially if you're looking at Parrish. If he's not going to be the starter. I don't know what AJ Allen's role necessarily will be because some of these other ones, you're like Chris Johnson's got plenty of time to get carries. But if you're AJ Allen or Parrish, you better be confident you're going to get carries next year because that's basically it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see. We're so deep at running back at this point that Chaney going isn't.
It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. It's not a position where like, oh no, they are the portal, we got to replace them. It's kind of the opposite of quarterback where we have no depth. In this case, we have layers of depth, so it's not really a big concern. Like you said, sucks because Chaney's a local kid and someone that we all have a high opinion of. We know how talented he is, and it sucks when doesn't work out like that. And unfortunately, we know what play he's going to be remembered for too, which is unfortunate as well because he didn't even fumble.
Sure.
Still trying to flip Jordan Lyle too.
Oh, yeah, they are. Let's talk about this really quick because obviously we're going to segue to this anyway. So thanks for the donor rock and rant. It is coach incompetence to not get JB snaps in the fourth quarter of the BC game. Garbage time, knowing TVD was leaving unless he is too. It makes no sense. Like I kind of understand that, getting him some tape, getting him some playing time. It was an interesting situation with Jakari Brown this whole entire year. That's really as far as I'm going to go because I just don't know, I don't know the intricacies of everything. So
there's something else there that's not public, and we don't know what that is. To Jazz's point, so it's either like the coaches have decided we're not playing you this year for reasons X, Y, Z, which again we don't know. Could be good reasons, could be negative. You don't really know, or it could be JB is saying, "Hey, I need to work on this. It's better if I don't play," and then respecting that decision. So I mean, it's hard to. I mean, we'll know a pretty good idea, depending on what happens with the portal here. And if he doesn't enter it, then clearly there was nothing really bad going on. It was more just not worth throwing you in there this year.
Right.
And if he enters the portal, then it's kind of like, all right, it was maybe he was just like, I'm not playing because I'm entering the portal, right? I mean, so it's all speculation at this point. I think we knew by the time we got to that Boston College game, they were not going to put him in unless TVD got injured. So I think we knew that going in for whatever the reasons are, which again are not really anything that we have insight into.
So I got this question for you, Blue. What do you think happens in the bowl game? Does Jakari Brown stick around to start? And if not, what do you do if you're the Miami Hurricanes?
Well, he could figure, hey, you know what? Miami kind of screwed me throughout the year, so this would be a good chance for me to get back at him. I don't know what type of kid he is. I mean, all I know is they don't have many options behind him. I mean, they have the kid Ripley Luna, who I saw. I think he's the type of kid. I think he's a Mario Cristobal. He likes Mario, and I think that Mario's believed in him. I just think that, why not? He could. I think he stays around. I'm probably the only one that feels that way, but
no, I think so. Also, I think he sticks around also, at least for the bowl game, to get some more tape. And then he could either potentially leave or he can stay and battle it out because make no mistake about it. I want to hear your guys' take on this also. Miami, and I know Bish, you already mentioned it. Miami's going to go after a top-notch quarterback in the portal and maybe another one or maybe two. So what do you guys think overall about that? DJ, we'll start off with you.
Well, we saw, throughout college football, the difference a good quarterback can make in terms of how smoothly you can run the offense, how quickly you can move the football down the field and, X, Y, and Z. And I think Miami is in a good position to land not one, if not at least one, maybe two quarterbacks because of the foundation that they've been able to set up with these upcoming, recruiting classes. I mean, the 2024 class has offensive weapons, and when you're trying to recruit a transfer portal quarterback, a lot of it comes down to, okay, who am I going to play with? Who am I, going to be able to throw the ball to? And Josiah Traden, Nye Carr, and then you have somebody you can lean on in the running game, like Kevin Riley, for example. So I think that the players coming in as well as the players on the current roster, especially at the wide receiver position, could be a strong point to sell a quarterback to the program. And I think it's a lot easier to get a transfer portal quarterback that way when you have a solid foundation built.
I think and you bring up a great point, DJ, right? About the players that are here as well. I think Miami's put themselves in a really good position to grab some of these top-notch players, regardless of position. Obviously, the quarterback position.
I mean, the system is good. Sorry, Jazz, for the quarterbacks.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, he's got great players coming back that are skill position players that are really good. He's got a tough offensive line that comes back. I know that hopefully everybody's praying that Matt Lee does come back. Obviously, Cohen is gone. We'll see what Jalen Rivers does. But you got a good nucleus of guys there at the offensive line. You're probably going to bring in some more studs there as well. Blue, Miami's in a good position to bring in a top-notch quarterback and some other guys. Am I wrong by saying that?
No, you're right. I'd like to see Cameron Ward come here. That would be he'd be a pretty good fit from Washington State. Obviously, since the Pac-12 is kind of disbanding, a lot of these guys may want to go to where a lot of the experience is, and as you mentioned, a lot of the guys on the roster. Love to see the kid Mendoza from Cal come back home. With all the numbers that everybody put up in the Pac-12, he was a third leading total offense guy in the country. He's from Columbus High School. His brother's a starter there now. So there's a lot of options, that are open. And, there's a lot of kids. I think Miami, as you mentioned, is desirable. As Luke Nicholls said, it's desirable to play in a system, that's progressive. And you got to look beyond to what you have or what you had last year, because that the roster is going to continue to improve. I think, if we sat here last year at this time and looked at the roster the way it was, and it was like, whoa, but look at now, it's 100% better. And then next they keep, and I'm not taking shots, but they keep weeding out the guys that probably aren't going to make you any better, to tell you the truth. And that's what you have to do when building a program, especially an elite program. Can we be better with this kid? And that's a question you have to ask with every individual who comes in here. And when you go out for your quarterbacks and say, hey, listen, are we just status quo with this guy, or is this guy going to lift us to 2-3 more wins? So, yeah, I definitely agree. The shopping has just started. I think the focus has to be on the bowl game now, kind of get some of those extra practices in, and get set for whatever bowl that they play in. But, I think it's, it's kind of, as an OG like me, and then remember when you got into a bowl, everybody couldn't look forward to playing and going, and now it's not like that. And it's now who's not going to play in it, and I think that every NIL deal should include playing in a bowl game. It's disheartening to me, because you can get hurt, doing sprints next week. So.
Yeah, well, they can't do that, because remember, it's not paid for playing on the field; it's for marketing.
Yeah,
so you can't tie it to a game. Just running through some of the comments. Rock and Rant, another dono. Thanks for that. JB is also going to leave. Should have gotten the walk on some reps that he's talking about in practice, and probably against BC as well. Look, they're walk-ons. You're not going to put lipstick on that pig. If we have to play one of those guys, you're going to see some awful football. You're going to be begging for TBD. It's going to be that bad. But
yeah,
we're gonna basically run on every play. Let's be real.
I don't think it matters.
So the reps they got, they're not. These are walk-ons. They're to make up the numbers. And then several kind of comments about. So the weapons are definitely not unproven. In fact, we're returning our top. Well, we don't know if anyone might enter the portal, but right now it looks like we're going to return our top 4 receivers. From a receiving court,
receivers, and we're not even mentioning X. I don't hope we're 100.
Yeah, and then it's Colby Young, it's Jacoby George, it's Rashard.
Yeah.
And so no, those are not unproven at all. Those are proven, talented receivers that produced this year, better than a duo at a certain school in Tallahassee, Jazz. So, not gonna say anything else for that. They'll find us and they can kiss my ass. So there was production on offense. It was a top 40 offense this year. It's significantly improved from last year, and this is with quarterback injuries to the starter and the freshman having to come in and play that wasn't ready yet. So I just totally disagree with that take that the offense was not attractive to an incoming player. Now, with that said, those were elite weapons when we got them out of high school. So you know what? Let's not just spend the whole time arguing here. So the one thing I would say is, though, when you attack the portal, you never know it's going to work out, which is why we need. Look, right now the depth chart is Emory Williams with a broken arm. So we need multiple guys in the portal, which means you're gonna have someone that's understanding, like, hey, I'm probably not gonna start, but I get to come play at Miami and maybe take like a sophomore, someone that's a little bit more developmental. That obviously depends on what happens with Jakari. But the other name, Blue mentioned Washington State. Oregon State is also another program that is essentially dropping down a level. Because the Pac-12 is not going to do as much as we mentioned Cal's quarterback. Cal's in the ACC, so
no.
They're still playing a big time football. Oregon State and Washington State are not. We all know who Oregon State's quarterback is. So
yeah, right.
Would you?
It's going to be interesting.
Would you do that?
Would I do what?
Oregon State's quarterback?
DJ?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I think USC is going to get in on him.
I mean, he's gonna be in the. I'm assuming he's gonna. Their coach also left and went to Michigan State, but like they're Washington State and Oregon State. That they're.
I think
anyone that's a P5 player is gonna hit the portal.
Yeah, I think he'll stay on the West Coast though.
He might.
I agree.
But would you? I mean, we're all hypothetically here, right? Would you take him?
Yeah, I think I would. I would.
Yep.
Sorry about that, guys.
I mean, look, it's better than what we have right now.
I mean, we have nothing right now. But I mean, no, but again, we're looking for this is the starting quarterback and potentially a backup. So he would obviously be the starter. I mean, he's not going to come here and play back.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Like Jazz said, there's a lot of twists and turns coming.
Yeah,
so
sure,
we'll see. And Jakari Brown, we don't know about. So
it's only begun. And as you saw, look, let's throw out some other names, right? Speaking of quarterbacks, I know a lot of people are excited about, Will Rogers entering the portal. You also have the kid from
Kansas State.
Will Howard, I believe his name is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Will Howard. There's a couple kids from Holy Cross that everybody's excited about. Also, I know it's
which is interesting because it was 45 minutes from where I actually went to college, and I remember some of these names.
But Holy Cross is pretty good, lower tier school, and so now they've got all these guys that everybody wants. There's some big offensive linemen. Look, the center for Notre Dame entered the portal. There's a lot of different players. There really is. I don't know. What do you think of Vish? If you had to pick a quarterback for Miami next year, who's somebody you like? Oh, Blake Shapen is another guy from Baylor.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I'd love to get Will Howard, the Kansas State guy. Jazz got a little allergy hiccup. He doesn't want to sneeze on camera, so that's what keeps going off. By the way, just find a little cover there. He's not bailing on us. Yeah, because he's won the Big 12 championship last year. He's got a lot of experience. This year was a little bit rougher for him, but I want someone with a big game experience if possible. That's played in and won big games, and there are games bigger than the Big 12 championship, but not that many. And the fact that he was able to go in there, they beat TCU in that game, and TCU ended up in the championship game after winning the playoff semifinal anyway. So I would definitely, I would target him in terms of who we've seen. I will say Will Rogers concerns me a little bit because when obviously rest in peace Mike Leach, but without him he took a big step back this year. Frankly, it feels a little TBD-ish, and then. I'm not going to go into details on this, but if you Google Will Rogers Snapchat, like I have concerns about his maturity. And I don't have those at all with Howard.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm not too concerned about that, because I think that the culture and the way that things are ran here, I think that every once in a while, if you take a flyer on a kid that has some question marks, I think you're okay, because I don't think that he's going to be enough to ruin the culture of this program, number one. Number two, I think that this when it comes to Will Rogers, and I'm not saying that he's my number one guy right now, but just kind of just seeing his style of play, I think it's a good fit for this offense. He did take a step back last year, as you mentioned, but he's also number 2 in total yards, I think, as in the SEC as a quarterback. That's huge. That's huge. He's been able to do that in Mississippi State against some really, obviously against SEC defenses. And so, yeah, this year wasn't the greatest for him, but I think that he has an opportunity to, to be a guy that could fit in a program like this. Now, will it happen? I don't know, but I know Miami's going to take an opportunity to get the best that they possibly can early on. I think they're going to take a shot at some of these big-time names, and I think they'll land a few. It's early. It's early. It hasn't even officially started yet. But, of course, just like every other place in college football, there's been a lot of back-channeling, a lot of talks behind the scenes. And so, there's a lot of things that have already been hashed out, and it's just a matter of formalities at this point, right? It's kind of announcing it. That's how this works. Let's not kind of sugarcoat.
Yeah, but then things fall through like we all thought the two
right.
did, and now he's just going to the NFL. So
yeah.
So that was one we thought was an option, is not anymore.
Right.
And because he was announced as going to the Senior Bowl, which means he has to enter the draft, which means it's obviously not coming here. So. Yep. And just to be clear on Rodgers, I mean, I was comparing him to someone who I think is a little bit more of a sure thing as much as anything can be, because nothing is in the portal. Like, I would definitely, he's a take, obviously. like you said, he's like second the SEC passing yards and all that stuff. Like, I mean, he's definitely a take. It's not that's suggesting he's not a good player. But you asked which one I preferred, so I answered the question.
I like Howard too. So I'm with you on that one. I know Anthony has a question here about the safety position. I'm just going to answer really quick. I don't know who's in the portal at safety yet, so we'll see what happens there.
So anytime anyone talks crap about Mario, I mean, if you remember the circus that was the Manny Diaz era, this probably epitomizes it, because fans were tweeting about how he should play. Yeah, Manny inserted him into a bowl game. He did not play it all year. Left, quit on the team in the middle of the season. Came back for the bowl game. He put him in the game because the fans on Twitter were asking him to put him in the game. Anyway, we're in much better hands now. The program is on the rise. It's got stability, which matters. It's got a coach which you can disagree. You can even call it stubborn. Believes in what he is, not going to get waver and not going to get shaken by stupidity, and that matters when you're building a foundation. You need to be rock solid. So. We're in a good place, as much as there's a lot of churn going on. Yep. We're in a very good place from a program standpoint, because stuff like this is not going to happen again.
Blue, how many guys do you think we take in the portal this year?
How many total?
Yeah. How many guys? Better question. How many guys do you think leave?
How many guys? What? I didn't hear you.
How many guys do you think leave?
I still think you have another 7 or 8 guys will probably depart.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more than that. I think you're going to get like 15 more guys.
Really?
I think so.
That's
once you think about it. It's not even that high. As soon as you start saying the names, you're like, "Holy crap! I'm already at 15." I mean, obviously, we're not going to do it on air right now, but but if you sit there and you think about the guys that could potentially go, yeah. You could definitely see it being about 15 guys. It's crazy. And
I don't think they're going to be Cristobal's guys, though.
No, I don't think a lot of them will. Maybe some will, but I think the majority are still, like you mentioned, Blue. I think they're going to be some of the old guys, the old regime guys, right? You already saw everybody that's left so far has been Manny's guys as well.
And one of the things, Mario, he had his kind of interview with Joe Rossi that he does every week. He did talk about 30 plus, in terms of turnover of new players coming in, including the new high school signees, which we have 26 commits. So you're probably looking at around 5 to 10 coming in from the portal. It just back in the napkin, assuming that, a majority, if not all of the 26 commits stick. And he's talking about going over 30 of new new players coming in. You can kind of do the math there in terms of coming in.
And
Doesn't mean that more won't go out.
Yeah, and I think you'll lose some recruits also. I think you'll lose some, but you might get some, right? Some flips or some new guys anyway.
Right. I think it would roughly balance out. It might be one or two, one direction or the other.
You're probably going to see like a total of 40. Again, like last year, right? It was 41 last year, I think. I think you're going to see
well, he said a little over 30, so I kind of take his. I think we're going to be more stable than last year's because there's less Manny guys here.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, obviously, as everybody's getting ready to either stay, go to the transfer portal, or try to stick it out. So it's going to be fun to watch.
But as we start looking at next year's teams, a couple of on the fence. We don't know Mawanoa, linebacker Mawanoa, obviously.
Right.
And then Matt Lee, you mentioned earlier, those are big need to stick to have a good year next year. Those are two of our best players that are definitely not going to transfer somewhere else but could go pro. Right. So those are two you're like, okay, we need them to stick. By the way, shout out to Matt Lee, Offensive Lineman of the Week this week in the ACC. So
Kane Thing 24, you're a little behind, my friend.
Yeah, he's already at A&M and is scheduled to be fired in 3 years after he wins 7 games a year like everyone else does there. So.
He's already gone. Already gone. And Jesse Simpson is without a job again, and so is
I will say our boy Manny is the is one of the rumored names for the Duke job. So stay tuned here.
You didn't see that? Oh,
well, the JMU guys also, right?
Yeah, no, there's a few names in there. But yeah, Manny. I saw Manny's name was one of the ones that
Candle also.
Candle's still going to be our offensive coordinator, I think. So.
Yeah, well, he was named the coach of the year in the conference. So
yep. He's done a great job over there at Toledo, man. Big shout out.
He's got a pension there now.
Oh yeah,
he's been there long enough.
There it is. Manny would whip Mario.
At what?
Probably chess or checkers or something like that. Checkers, not chess.
Yeah, I could see Matt Mario struggling a little bit with the checkers. Yeah,
with the checkers.
He just wouldn't have time. He'd just have to,
I will say something that involved managing a timer. Mario would struggle in. So maybe you figure out a game of chance involving that. With those hourglass things you turn over, you might try that. Do you want to answer Anthony's question? I mean, I think I know the answer, but I'll.
Scholarship restriction. You've seen the past couple of classes still be around 22 kids still. It's like no, I don't think so. I just think, and by the way, Bama and Georgia, they don't recruit. They don't. If I understand correctly, those guys recruit and they have like 40 commits. Sometimes you get some gray shirts. You get some guys that fall off.
I forget the name of it, Jazz, but the thing that did get removed was the 25 a year restriction. I forget, there was some name for it that doesn't even make sense, but it
got removed, right? You don't have
I forget what the name of it was. There's some like weird. It's not like it doesn't mean what you would think it would. I mean, it's not called a scholarship restriction. There's some kind of whatever, but yeah. So you can sign more than 25 a year now. The 85 cap for the whole team is still there. Right. So it's just instead of like artificially saying you have to keep it under 25 a year. So yeah, if we have enough people leaving, you can. That's why you can do. I mean, we talked about us turning over around 40 last year. Colorado did 60.
Right.
And the reason you can do that is because you can, as long as you keep the total under 85, you can turn over as many players as you want.
All right, so we'll answer one more question, then we'll talk bowl games really quick here. I think any idea if we flip CJ from NC State, would this help Jeremiah Smith? I think that if you stay on him enough, he is a possibility to flip. Sure. Will it help with Jeremiah? I don't know. That's going to be tough to pull him out of there, but you never know, right? Ohio State's doesn't necessarily have a great quarterback right now, and a lot of things could change over there. So we'll see. Only time will tell, but it can't hurt. It can't hurt if that's a better question, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So kind of the last thing I'd just say on the quarterback stuff with Jakari and what he's going to do here, I think it does a little bit depend on, what his relationship is with the coaches, because let's be real here. Emery bowed his butt off, but he did nothing in there that led you to believe that it's his job in the future. So he would still. So if you're Jakari and you think like, hey, I can play, I'm gonna get a fair shake. You're healthy. You have every opportunity to go play this bowl game, play a good game, and kind of set yourself up to take this job. So you gotta look at it that way. Unless, like, again, we don't know what's going on there. So behind the scenes, like, that bridge is burned, he might be in the portal tomorrow, right? But if there's actually a legitimate opportunity, he's the only healthy quarterback. He's gonna get all the bowl reps. He's gonna start a bowl game. It's opened up for you to go take this job. So if you believe in yourself and you think you're gonna get a good opportunity there, I mean, how do you not show up in the bowl game and be like, I'm gonna go show these guys that I'm the man here? Like, I don't know how you don't do that.
He's gotta have to if he wants to.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's got that opportunity.
Sure. Speaking of bowl games, Blue, you want to play in the?
What? No, I want to ask Blue about that. So why do you think we're going to the military bowl?
Yeah,
where does
a buddy
that
of
come
mine
from?
who is like in the know with these bowl games. He's usually pretty much spot on. He said that Miami's the team that's in that bowl, and now it's just a matter of who they play. And,
that's in Annapolis, right? That's close to Vish. Vish, you get to go to another one.
This is the thing. Guess where I'm gonna be? It's like December 27th. I am not gonna.
You'll be
here. I think I gotta fly back to go to this, because, like, how could I not go if they come to me?
I mean, they're going to you for crying out loud.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes from DC or whatever.
What about the Duke's Mayo Bowl? I thought that's where they would go, but
that's in Charlotte. That I can legitimately just not go to. I've been to Charlotte way too many times recently.
We'll see. It's just that was Miami's been consistent with that bowl for the last week or so, and then when they finished up at 7-5, I think they were slotted to go there. It's just a matter of who they're going to play. The loser of the, I mean, if Memphis, I mean, if Tulane loses, then they'll play Tulane, and if they win, I heard they'll play Memphis. So.
Well, one of the other things to look at, though, which can kind of shift this, is the ACC championship game, because if FSU loses, that means there's no ACC team in the playoffs, which shuffles all the other bowl games. Because right now it would be FSU in the playoffs, and Louisville will go the Orange Bowl because they take the next highest ACC team.
Louisville, Ohio State.
And everything falls from there. Now, if all of a sudden Louisville wins, the
FSU will come here and
FSU no. If Louisville wins, they're still not going to make the playoffs, so they still go to the Orange Bowl. That's what I'm saying. It screws up the rest of the bowl order.
But I'm saying if FSU loses, they'll come down here. I think the loser of this game comes down to Miami to play Ohio State.
No. The ACC, the top team in the ACC goes to the Orange Bowl unless they're in the playoffs, which right now they would be because it's FSU. If FSU loses, Louisville is the top team in the ACC because they're the ACC champion, because they won the championship game. FSU drops all the way out of there and takes a bowl slot, and everything else drops down a level. So it mixes the whole bowl order up.
So it's pretty much a done deal that it'll be Louisville and Ohio State in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, pretty much Louisville's going to go to the Orange Bowl because they're going to be either be the top remaining ACC team or the ACC champion.
Yeah,
but FSU is either in the playoffs or, I mean, I don't know that anyone invites them to a New Year's Six game if they lose that game because they look terrible. So they might drop all the way down to like the Gator Bowl or something and push everyone else down.
Yeah, this guy says here the Cotton Bowl or the Peach Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, they could be. But it shuffles your whole bowl order up. So
yeah,
stay tuned on that too.
Where's the Music City Bowl? Is that in Nashville?
Nashville.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going back to Nashville.
Why? Who mentioned that?
It's one of the tie-ins for the
yeah. And Overdose said it too, Mr. Overdose.
Yeah, there's tie-ins for the ACC.
But the Military Bowl is not bad either. So I mean, if the only thing, it would be funny. How crazy would it be if we get SMU in that, right? Or even Tulane. I mean, either one, right? Considering, SMU coming to the ACC, Rhett Lashley, and all that, and half of that team being former Miami Hurricane players, and then you got Tulane that we've been talking ad nauseum about Michael Pratt coming to be the quarterback here, and all of a sudden, look, he could sit it out and not play in the bowl game, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's another possibility, but that'd be funny.
Getting ready to declare for the NFL draft. So
he's already the Senior Bowl announced he was playing in it, which means he has to go to the draft to do that. So
yeah,
I think they got the cart before the horse a little bit there and stepped on his declaration.
He doesn't have to play in the bowl game. So
no, but he can still play in the bowl game. Obviously, if he's going to play in the Senior Bowl, that's fine. But
no, I'm sorry. If he's going to play in the Senior Bowl game, I mean, he doesn't have to play in the Senior Bowl game. He can still come back. He just declared for it. So,
I mean, they announced he was playing in it, which they basically never do unless you're going pro.
I mean, Javion Cohen, same thing.
Yeah, he's gone though. Yeah. That's my point.
Yeah,
he's not coming back.
Those guys won't play. They can get the invite, but they just won't play in it. But could be wrong. He could be. I mean, this quarterback class is strong. It's really strong. It's really deep. So some of those guys that might have been projected to go or are ready to go, still have a year of eligibility, may come back to make a little bit more money, and then go to the league next year. So yeah, that's funny, Kane thing. I like that. What bowl game is Florida playing in? Oh, never mind.
I think they may be the only team in Florida that is not playing in the bowl.
Yeah.
Didn't UCF and USF qualify?
I know UCF did.
And so did USF over the weekend. So wow, Florida's left out of the mix.
Did FAU qualify?
Well, I'm talking about the
good ones. I get it.
No, FIU didn't make it.
They didn't get it. Anyways, I guess we'll just have to kind of just
we'll know next week at this time what bowl game we're playing, and we'll probably know if we have a quarterback or not too. So
exactly. I think we'll know both of those things. Don't be surprised if we hear that. Don't be surprised if we hear some news.
This Pinstripe Bowl is going to make me fly back to DC to go to the stupid game and watch us
Isn't that Pinstripe Bowl in New York, isn't it?
Yeah,
the Pinstripe Bowl. Sorry, the Military Bowl. I mean,
yeah.
Oh God, please don't put us in that bowl game. I don't want to.
Well, you're like down the street from that one also, so.
I'm going to be obligated to go play in Annapolis. That's just.
They're going to play in the Northeast for you, Bish.
Yeah,
can they play? You know what? Can we play in like Tampa in that Bad Boy Mowers thing or whatever? So I can just drive over there from Miami.
Gasparilla Bowl.
There's multiple. There's that. There's Gator Bowl. Like, give me something where I can drive.
Blue will go to that one.
Yeah. DJ, my big dream game was to go to the Fenway Bowl, but it looks like BC's going there.
I know. Doesn't
that suck for them too, though? Like, don't they want to go play somewhere not in Boston?
They're just happy to be in a bowl. So.
Yeah, honestly, for real. Yeah.
Can we get that Bahamas action? They still have that bowl yet?
That would be pretty
I would do the Bahamas.
How can the Bahamas Bowl be moved to North Carolina? That's what I want to know. They've been played in Charlotte.
What about the Miami Beach Bowl? Is that still around?
No, there was too many. Remember the fight they had in that, Memphis and BYU?
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Miami Beach Bowl that wasn't anywhere near Miami Beach? Yeah.
No. Well, then again, they always call Miami Heat South Beach, so.
Right. Yeah.
That's LeBron's fault.
It is.
Don't they have a bowl in Vegas, too? I wouldn't mind going to Vegas.
Yeah, that's a good bowl.
That is a good bowl. Yeah.
But I think I already got my Rebels in the Los Angeles Bowl against UCLA. They'll get crushed, but whatever it is, they're there.
Well, you never know. The fighting Chip Kelly's. Chip Kelly's been retained, apparently. He's coming back.
Not everyone has buyout money.
Yeah, right. Not everybody's SMU and all these other programs. Unlimited funds.
I mean, UCLA would do it for basketball probably before they do it for football. They don't really care about football.
Well, they had the number one recruit in the country this year, and it looks like he's going to get out of there too.
So just to have everyone on the same, these are the ACC bowls.
I got it.
So those are your options.
Let me see.
I'm sharing
the Cotton Bowl, the Peach Bowl. Okay.
Well, I mean, we won't go to none of these New Year's Six bowls are obviously off the table. The ACC champion will go to the Orange Bowl, so that'll basically it's going to be Louisville. Yeah, you can see the asterisk is the next highest ranked ACC team of ACC.
The Holiday Bowl, the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Man, I like a good Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
What's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor, Jess?
I'm pretty old school, man. I like the
chocolate.
The raspberry one, or strawberry.
I like the strawberry ones with the
frosting outside. Yeah, I'm pretty old school.
Oh yeah, I like those.
I like the brown sugar cinnamon one.
Ooh.
Although, that one's
That's
pretty
a
good.
One, yeah.
Although I must admit, I'm more of like a streusel guy. I just haven't eaten them in years. I like streusel too, man. The streusel with the little cream. The like
The
that,
icing.
that icing on top.
I just eat the icing, and then the strudel can go do whatever it wants to because I'm sticking with the icing.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. What about you? What's your favorite Pop-Tart? This is turned into
Strawberry.
Which one?
Strawberry.
Oh, strawberry. Yeah. See, I like.
Or the chocolate ones are pretty darn good too.
Yeah, they're all right. They're all right.
They have a s'mores one that I like.
I'm gonna say Vish doesn't eat Pop-Tarts because Vish, of course.
He's
I
too
have
healthy.
not had no, definitely not too healthy. I just haven't had a Pop-Tart in forever. I don't know the flavors.
Oh, come on. I think you're more of a streusel guy, anyways, Vish. I think you probably enjoy a streusel.
Streusel?
Strudel. I'm sorry. He got collecting me. He's over here listening to my asinine comments here that I'm making. Strudel, not the streusel. Why didn't you say something, damn it? He's over here just going along with it. He's like, I just eat the icing. I don't care about it.
What the
I
heck?
said, you heard me questioningly say streusel because I didn't know what you were talking about.
It's the toaster strudel, man. The toaster strudel.
Yeah, the toaster strudel is good.
Yeah, you know it. DJ knows what I'm talking about. Blue, have you ever had a toaster strudel?
Yeah, they're good.
Those are awesome.
Vish, you on the road tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, to Kentucky. We got a big game.
Big game.
Very big game.
Let's watch number 8 team in the country.
That's right. That should be a good one, man. That should be a really good game. So hopefully Miami comes out on top, and I'm gonna try to make it to next Wednesday's game against. Who are we playing next Wednesday? I just lost my train of thought.
I think it's LIU.
LIU, yes. That's Long Island, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Long Island University next Wednesday. So
The LIU iced teas, right?
right.
My favorite.
Anyways, all right. We digress big time here, but that's okay. It's all good, baby.
Give us this bucket. Stay on topic.
Yeah.
We got buckets coming up soon.
Yeah, we got a new post game tomorrow, and on Wednesday the women play in Starkville against Mississippi State. We'll have post game on that too.
Very, very cool. And we'll try to keep you up to date on Twitter at 6 Rings Canes for all the latest portal information from Miami. And if we get any other news, we'll put it out there as well. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 6 Rings Canes. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get the podcast, whether it's Apple, iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere else. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel at 5 Reasons Sports YouTube, and hit the like button. And we appreciate everything. We want to say thank you again to Luke Nicholls for joining us on the show.
That was a great interview.
Can I say that DJ and I were on the target in our preseason rankings?
We were.
So
you really were.
We had to say it. Because if I didn't get it in there, then it wouldn't have meant anything.
If you two knew we weren't going to kneel the ball when the game was won, I mean, more power to you.
I was going to say, I think the teams that we thought we were going to beat, we lost to some.
Yeah, I didn't think they beat A&M.
That's a hell of a pull by the two of you to have the foresight to know that we were going to functionally win 8 games, but not know how to do the clock and not.
I got to give you guys credit. That's
an amazing.
Thank you. That's all I ask.
Good job on your part.
Amazing.
And we got to give a shout out to Prize Picks as well. They stuck with us until the end of the show. PrizePicks.com. It's real simple, man. Just go online, go to PrizePicks.com, log in, put in the code word 5 FIVE, and they will match your initial deposit up to $100. It's simple. Choose 2 to 5 players. Choose the over/under on their individual categories and win some money. It's daily fantasy football, daily fantasy sports made easy. Check them out. It's PrizePicks.com. We will see you guys hopefully soon. Obviously, you got buckets coming up this week, and we'll have some more information on the transfer portal and other things.
Yeah, next week's going to be a fun show. The portal's not going to slow down, and we should know our bowl game opponent time, figure out if I'm going to day trip back to D.C. to watch this team play.
That's right. Keep it locked.
Cold, too. Damn it.
You're screwed.
I need a Florida bowl, damn it. I want to drive to a bowl game in the warm. Jacksonville or Tampa, man.
Give me guys complain about the cold. It kind of makes my day.
What's the weather like up there, Fish?
Right.
I mean, I'm in Miami right now, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow, I'm going to Kentucky. It's going to be cold. It's 20s.
Right now
I
it's
don't even
35
want to ask
degrees.
you, DJ.
35, Danny?
20s.
Yep,
Well, you gotta
35.
understand that cold front coming down here that's gonna make it in the 60s goes through everything else. So
That's right.
Did you say that
60s
cold
here.
front that's gonna make it in the 60s?
Actually, it's
The
actually
cold
gonna
front?
get into the low 50s.
But I will tell you this: tomorrow night in Tallahassee is supposed to be 29.
Woo!
Oof.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
that's like New England weather.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Why
Anyways,
would anyone live there?
for
Shame to
for all the meteorologists here on the Six Rings Kane Show, we'll see you guys next week. Adios.
The Six Ring Kane Show. Yeah. The Six Ring Kane Show. Yeah. The Six Rings Kane Show. Ha ha.